Hello traders, Gary Wagner here just after 10:30 in Honolulu, 5:30 in New York. It is Tuesday, 12th day of March 2019, and this is the Daily Report for Gold and Silver. Just a few hours ago, the British Parliament had the opportunity to say deal or no deal to Theresa May's current proposal in terms of how they're leaving the European Union, or commonly referred to as Brexit. For the second time in terms of voting, they have voted it down. And now they're going to get the opportunity to vote for a hard exit, not a Brexit, but hard exit tomorrow, and then possibly on Thursday even vote to move the extension of the deadline date, which is set for March 29th, further on down the road. That, of course, really propped up the euro-dollar. It put pressure on the British pound, but the euro is much more heavily weighted, of course, in the dollar index, which took the dollar index lower. That, of course, was supportive of gold and the other precious metals, and there was also buying in the market. It was split almost 50-50. Gold closed up about $10.80, and basis the most active April contract is currently trading at $1301.70. We do have a June position though, so that's what we want to focus on. That closed up $10.70 at $1308.30. Of course, we are long at $1305, so we do have a couple dollars on the trade. Now, even though gold in terms of percentage gains performed the least out of the four metals, we had silver, which closed up well over a full percent today at 1544. We had platinum taking the lead in terms of percentage gains today at 835.60. And then palladium, even though it only had a meager gain of 1.04%, is within striking distance once again of $1,500 per ounce. Let's take a look at our technical studies. So traders, brilliant moves in the precious metals across the board. We are looking at the most active April contract of gold futures. They, of course, as I said, closed up about $10.40, $1301.50. We will use this even though we are in a June contract, because as the June turns into the most active contract month, we will still be on this chart. But for right now, we'll do our technical studies on this and then take a look at June. What I am most impressed with in terms of today's activity was that it was a combination of buyers bidding the precious yellow metal higher, as well as a weak dollar. And it was about, call it 60-40, 60% buyers, 40% dollar weakness. But here's what I'm looking at. When we look at today's activity, what we can see is that, first of all, it showed us that we have some very solid support at about 1290. And of course, that's what we were talking about over the last couple of days, at this point, 3.8% retracement level is a critical level that we need to hold. That's the level, of course, that the market took out on Friday. And so yesterday we had that decline, but if you notice the low they came in, it came in just at this particular price point. And today the low came in just above that. So we have a higher low, we have a higher high, not only than yesterday, but a higher high than Friday. And that's what's so very important, because that is what's put our current position in a little bit of profits instead of being against us a little bit. Now, for the meantime, we are going to keep our stop where that is. That's sitting at 87. And really the whole idea behind that was to put it below this low right in here. And so that is why we'll just keep it there. But I am going to monitor this closely, because I really don't think we're going to see any kind of real resistance in the market, at least till about 1313. And that, of course, is basis the April contract. June is about $5 above that, so till about 1316. But the key right now is that we have one more kind of small hurdle, but an important one to get through, and that is this 50-day moving average at 1304.60. Of course, basis the April, and the market closed just shy of that, just a little bit lower. And in terms of how that looks, when we look at our position, what we can see is that we're still a little bit under, closed at 1307.60 is the current print. 1313 is where that average is. And my sense is that what we're looking at is a building of bullish strength in the market. And I would look at resistance in terms of our position to come in roughly just below this area of about 1320. And that is the first real level that we want to look at. And at that point, of course, we've got about $15 worth of profits. And as we see this market move up, we will look to focus on our stops and trail them loosely behind. The key to getting into this outer month that will become most active is it gives us the time to see the market develop, because my sense is that our goal right now is to take out this current high, which comes in at around 1355. That, of course, is basis the June, not the April. And so I think we've got some good upside potential on this current trade. I still remain very bullish on this market. So traders, maintain your current long position and maintain your current stop. And traders, lastly, I do want to take a quick look at palladium futures. Of course, we had that all-time record high come in at 1,549. That is this top here. We are looking at a longer-term weekly chart right now. And we can also see that this top matches up just above where we have a one-to-one relationship. And the extension that I'm talking about, we've got our ending point at this price here, which is approximately 1130. And of course, it starts down here at 447. So what we're looking at is an extension of this wave here, beginning at 811. That one-to-one has actually been taken out, and it's shown us a little bit of resistance if it makes it through this area, because I believe that palladium has a little bit further to go. My target now is going to be revised to 1655.60. That is the 1.23% extension. However, we have to see how it reacts at this current one-to-one relationship, which is right where the market closed, 1497.90, and this is at 1497.60. So we're pretty much exactly at this one-to-one relationship. Let's see how this develops over the next week or so. This has been Gary Wagner, wishing you, as always, good trading. We will talk to you tomorrow for another daily update and review. Bye-bye.